So yeah. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it before we get to some lighter fare. George Floyd. I don't think we necessarily need to reiterate the case at this point. Right. If you don't know, just Google that name and you will see a black man literally asking for air with a policeman's knee in his neck. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that COVID-19 shut down everything, school shootings, all of that. This shit is still getting off. So, man. It's impossible at this point to see it as something that's not race related. And I'm going to get to why I say that, because there's a lot of information that's coming out, and again, every time this happens, you see the same shit. You start seeing hey, what about the all lives people, all of that sort of shit. I'm tired of it. Right. And I remember being a younger cat, and you'd hear older cats be like, man, we about to burn this motherfucker down, right? Yeah. As a younger cat, wouldn't you be like, yo, like, we don't need to just go straight to that.
Yeah, like, chill, man.
Calm down, bro. Right. But
you mean like actual fire?
Right. Oh. Like, you mean figuratively, like,
right.
You know, right. But as I've gotten older, what I realize is it's not them just jumping to fire. They've been hearing this shit long before I was. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's not new. So it's like, no, this is the last resort.
Right. Like we've tried everything else, but that's the cycle, right? The cycle is do the peaceful thing, do the peaceful thing, do the peaceful thing. Mm-hmm. And then the peaceful thing turns into, okay, we're stopping traffic now. We're doing sit-ins. We're doing things like that, right? Still no one's listening. And now you're back to something happening. And now motherfuckers are mad. Now you're burning shit down, and now there is a vent, man. I mean, it's just like a volcano, right? Before an eruption, volcano starts letting you know. All right, now, little shake here and there, not bothering nobody. Everything's fine.
Mm-hmm. Warning shots.
A little magma coming out, right? Oh, sorry, a little lava coming out. All right, just so you know that getting a little dicey around here, right? And then there's some smoke. Oh shit!
They don't want that smoke. They don't want that smoke.
Oh shit! Right? And then before you know it, it's boom. It's an eruption that you can't control. You had every opportunity to move out of the way of that shit.
Yes,
but now you're here.
And now you're here, right? So, just like we said with the Ahmaud Arbery case, it took months and a recording before an arrest was made. All right. And we still wouldn't have had an arrest made if it wasn't for that. Right. Okay. So, as of the time we're recording this, Derek Chauvin, he has been arrested. Okay. That's the police officer's name that actually did the murder, like the physical murder. I don't care what anybody says. It's a murder. 4 days. 4 days it took for that to happen. Yeah. And what did it take? A target. And then what tripped me out was you would see more people posting about they burned down Target. Yeah. I was like, I didn't see you post nothing about that man whose family ain't gonna see him. But now you can't go get your popcorn and icy and you got to post about it. That is wild to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They just put a Starbucks in that place. Now it's gone.
Now it's gone.
My thing about that is, I've seen a lot of people talk about it in interviews, and black and white, and I mean everything else, about we shouldn't burn down our communities, we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't do that, and a third. And I agree with that part. I mean, we shouldn't do that. It is a crime. We should not do that. But I feel this way, and I am, 1,000 miles from that place. Yeah. And I feel personally attacked. And I'm here. Imagine if you lived there. Yeah. Imagine if you knew this man. Imagine 100 different scenarios where you're someone someone you're associated with, their life is taken. All rationality goes out of the window. and this thing's flying around the internet. You know, it's okay when we celebrate and reenact the Boston Tea Party every fucking year.
Yeah.
All these fucking white people. The Revolutionary War reenacted all the fucking time.
Black Wall Street got burnt down in 1921, and I don't think we ever got that back.
No,
you know, so it's not something that's far-fetched or weird for it to be a riot, like you said with the Tea Party. We got a whole country out of that deal. I mean, if they want, you know what I'm saying, like, but they don't call that. They were rebelling again. They always frame it a different way.
We were oppressed by the British. Well, we're oppressed by police.
Yeah, and
the servers and the fucking protectors.
And I have lots of, look, I'm gonna sound real white. I have lots of white friends. We all got friends of different races. Y'all got to understand it. When we start talking about racist white people, we're not talking about all of y'all. We're talking about the racist white people and the way that you like to frame questions when you ask us about it. I might be talking about you. It might be, and it might hit a nerve. And if it does, that's when you got to go, wait a minute, do I sound tone deaf on an issue that I refuse to address? It's simple. It's real simple.
I might be talking about you for lighter than that. For lighter than that, I might talk about you. I might be talking about you if the topic of guns in this country comes up, and you're all over it because it's your right to own a weapon, right?
Yeah, and you can do that.
But when the topic, and that's fine. But when the topic of people being killed in the street. Brown, black people being killed in the street, when you become radio silent, I don't know if you're on our team.
Yeah, and that's the point that I was going to make. So this is a good spot for me to read the Facebook post that I woke up to 70 shares before I went to sleep. And if this makes you upset,
Mr.
the
Popular?
sentence at the end, I didn't mean to be popular on this one. I was just speaking my mind, because the question was asked, why doesn't matter. But the man that asked me the question was white. Okay. I only say that right now because somebody later asked me, why does he have to be white? And I was like, I don't know. I'll go ask his mom why he was born that way. Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Anyway, what can we do to help each other respectively? That was the question. Honest question. Okay. So my answer was, we need white people to speak up as loud as they've been silent in the past. We need white people to stop making excuses for these murders when they happen. What I mean by that is what were the factors? If you see the video, don't tell me that anything he did, let's say he had just finished robbing a bank and they have him restrained and he can't move. There's no reason to choke the life out of this man. I've seen white kids shoot up schools and get arrested with no bullets in them. So that's what I mean when I say stop making excuses for the murder. We need to hear white people clearly and plainly let it be known they don't want to be a part of the problem. And I think that goes back to what you were saying, Marcus. You see a lot of shit when it's gun control, when it's this, when it's that. And then the lack of noise when this happens says more than you posting about it ever could. That's all that means. We need white people to publicly call out their bigoted and racist family members and friends that refuse to change their homegrown ideology. I have gotten the excuse of, well, that's just how I was raised. That doesn't work. I get coming up in a certain type of culture, but it's 2020. We shouldn't still be having to answer the same thing. We need to know our children are just as human as your Caucasian ones. Yeah. What I mean by that, I've asked white people, have you ever had to sit down and have the conversation with your kids of this is how you act around police and this is how you don't get shot by them? Most of the time that is no, but I have to specifically sit my kids down, and I have at young ages, to tell them how to be black outside. Yeah. That's not normal. One of my partners broke my heart this week because he had the thought of getting online on his neighborhood community page to let them know he'd be jogging late. Obviously, that immediately, think about that. We got to let people know In our mind, anyway. We obviously, fuck that shit. We're not doing that. I pay my taxes and mortgage and all of that shit in the same place. I shouldn't have to let you know I'm gonna be outside because of the color of my skin. Like, period. Yeah. We need to hear white people tell other white people to stop killing us and to stop supporting those who blatantly cross the line, but say just enough to embolden the prejudice. They stop right there. There's a point where you can tell the message that they're trying to get across. And when we get to old Mr. Twitter, I'm gonna speak on that too. And I finished it by saying, we deserve to breathe. If this offends you, picture me begging for air and read it again. Because if I was saying all of what I just said out loud, I'd be dead before I finished reading it. Simple and plain. I don't feel like that is a racist sentiment to have. I saw some try to spin it that way. But if you ask me the question as a white man, I'm going to tell you, this is the problem. This is what we're missing when it happens. And don't get me wrong. I got a lot of people that I know are allies that constantly post about it, especially when stuff like this happens. But what's interesting, what I like to see, you ever see a white person post like this type of stuff has got to stop? Their comment section be live. Fuck mine. Fuck a black person's page.
Yeah.
They're white friends that feel like it's a safe space.
Yeah. You're supposed to be over there like, why are you speaking on this? This isn't our problem.
Yes.
This ain't our problem. Why are you talking like, and it's kind of funny how those people that are attacking the white person that's trying to, be an ally, they will, like, you don't know the black man's problem. That's not us. Why are you doing that? But they're the first people to try to make us understand why it's not racism, why it's not like that. You don't know what conditions this was happening in. You don't know this. Okay, why are you trying to tell me how to be emotionally? Why are you trying to, as a white man, why are you trying to tell me how to react to this? You don't have no fucking idea what I've been through.
Yeah.
You have no clue what I've had to do in my fucking life and what places I had to fucking avoid.
Yeah. Just regular shit.
Bruh, I went to all black high school, mostly black. There are white kids that went to my high school because it was like a magnet school, music school, art school, whatever. White people went to my school. They never got beat up. Nobody ever fucked with them. It's like a white guy walking into a black party. Everybody's like, oh, look at this motherfucker. What you doing over here, boy? Dap him up. What are you, lost?
Yeah.
Girls throwing that ass on him and shit. You can't dance. Come in. Like, everybody's cool. But be a black dude going to an all-white school.
Yeah. It's a completely different world.
Yo, be a black guy, you walk into the wrong party and it's all white people. You're like, oh, shit. So for you to try to tell us how to feel and how to act and take yourselves out of it, take your emotion out of it. Motherfucker, what are you talking about?
You done bumped your fucking head. You done bumped your... somebody in our group put perfectly, it's like, you gonna shoot my brother and tell me to calm down.
Straight up.
That is, think about that. That's literally what you're doing. That's literally what you're doing. It's a strange sentiment to even have that thought process coming from people that have been hearing these same types of stories their whole lives. And for them to go, well, the news media is feeding y'all this because they want to incite you. Stop giving them the story.
Right.
If that's really the way you want to take that, like, just stop giving them the story. Breonna Taylor, right?
Okay.
There's another one. Louisville. Police officers shot Taylor, 26-year-old EMT, no criminal record, at least 8 times in her home. This was a no-knock drug search warrant. So basically, they busted her door down. Okay. The warrant not only didn't include the victim's name, but it was also issued for a home miles away that belonged to 2 men who were already in custody. Okay.
Wow.
All of that. According to the lawsuit, the shooting started when the police officers forcefully entered the apartment and Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, who did what I would have done, a licensed gun owner, aimed and shot at the officers thinking somebody broke into his shit. Because, spoiler alert, somebody broke into his shit.
Yeah.
That's literally what happens there. As of this writing, none of the officers involved in the shooting have been charged, but Walker was arrested and is facing charges of first-degree assault and attempted murder of a police officer that broke into their home. Nuts. Again, nuts.
That's just like the story of homegirl that was in her house, minding her business, playing a video game with her nephew. The door was cracked. The front door was cracked. Who knows why? Who the fuck cares why? Door was cracked. Neighbor calls the police, says, hey, door over here cracked. Front door's cracked. Police show up. No announcement of police. No lights and sirens. Walk around the house. Sneak around the house. See her and her nephew playing a game. Kill her.
Yeah.
No announcement of being a police officer.
Yeah.
How? Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this.
Damn it, man.
A regular dude. I'm sorry, not regular dude. Thieving ass nigga. Sneaks around a house.
Yeah.
Looks in the window. Sees people there. Shoots them. That nigga's going to jail.
Yep.
There ain't gonna be no. I thought this was my house.
Nah, that's not
Have
happening.
you heard that one? Have we heard that? Somebody say, I thought this was my house.
Sounds familiar. And I ain't giving her no.
Have we heard that?
Ain't giving her no hug either.
I thought this was my house.
Yeah.
So I shot somebody and killed them. It's just the amount of excuses that are allowed for a police officer to do the things that they fucking do. It's insane. Now in this case with Brianna, they arrested her boyfriend for shooting at the officers or whatever. Then they dropped the charges and let him go. So they dropped the charges and let him go. But he was in jail, not at home, after shooting at the cops to say, all right, we're going to go and do an investigation and see what happens, and we're going to come back and get you.
Yeah. They didn't call his job and be like, hey, can y'all put him on administrative leave? Because we got to figure this shit out.
They took his ass right into custody right then, back of the car, you're going to jail. And I mean, it was a good bit before they released him.
Yeah, it was.
So
I want to say he was in it for some days.
It's just amazing that the guy that murdered George Floyd was just allowed to be at home in protective custody.
They had to burn down a Target to get him arrested, man. They had to burn down a Target.
It's disgusting, man. I mean, just the way that we are handled in this country. And like I get people saying that, we shouldn't destroy our own communities and things like that. I understand that part.
Fuck all that now. I'm sorry. Fuck all that. I really used to be that guy, Marcus. You know that.
Yeah.
I was that dude that'll be like, man, I just wish there was a better way. They had 3 days. And I want to say it wasn't until like day 3 before they burnt down the fucking Target.
And the police station. And then on day 4 was, hey man, here's the amazing part about that. So these things are happening. As long as everybody's peaceful and getting pepper sprayed, hey, you guys just wait. We're going to go through due process. It takes a lot to get to convict a cop of murder. So just give us the time to get this right. Oh, y'all motherfuckers want time? Okay.
All right.
Cool. Okay. Cool. Y'all want time. Okay. I got all day. I got all day.
Whoa.
So then day 3 comes. The precinct gets burned down. Day 4 comes. News says, yo, we got this guy in custody. Everybody just relax. That's pandering, number one.
Yeah. Big time.
If you want to know what pandering is, that's pandering. When the day before you say it's going to take a long time, and we like, oh, okay, somebody get the gasoline. Start burning shit down, and on day 4, y'all like, no, we got them. Everybody relax. Then they have the nerve to announce, which they shouldn't have said this, but because to me, it's prime time pandering, right? This is the fastest we've ever locked up a police officer in our state's history.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I wonder why. Because look, and I want this to be clear. I want this to be clear to our listeners, man. I am not condoning just going out and fucking up and vandalizing. I'm not condoning hurting people, anything of the sort. When you burn down a Target, and I know this doesn't make it okay, they have insurance and that Target is going to be rebuilt. That police station is going to be rebuilt, okay?
Yeah.
George Floyd ain't coming back. And how many of these do we need to see? I think, when we did the Ahmaud Arbery episode, I ran down a list of names of unjustified, unarmed murders of African Americans in our community. And guess what? That list was probably not a 10th of them.
Yeah.
It really wasn't. So at what point do you go, oh, okay, so y'all aren't hearing the peaceful protests. Y'all hated Kaepernick and tried to flip that into some flag shit when all he was doing was taking a knee to make you pay attention.
Crazy.
And nothing happened, but y'all wanted to vilify him. Like you said, their Starbucks is gone. Somebody pulled up to that dude's house with a cup of Dunkin' Donuts coffee, mad. Like, dog, you got to go to jail, bruh.
Yeah. No,
this
we're
is
gonna lock
not
you
okay.
up today.
You got to go now.
But here's a conversation I was having with someone. I was talking to someone yesterday about this. And yes, the whole thing about things having to be set on fire in order to get your attention, very bad thing, right? But when you look at nature, that's nature's way of cleansing.
Yeah, it is, right? If you want to take it there,
that shit down, you need a controlled burn. You burn down all this old shit. Seeds are released. The soil is now fertile with ashes and dead wood and shit like that. And new things grow from that. So hoping that this is the case, hopefully, new things will grow from what's happening now. And the part that I like the fact that they didn't stop. This might sound fucked up. I don't give a fuck. Okay.
Welcome to Illegal Opinions.
I like the fact that they, even though they locked this nigga up this morning, I like the fact that motherfuckers like, oh no. Oh, y'all waited till we burn some shit down before you wanted to do something. See, now you're trying to play us. So now guess what? It's Friday.
Like y'all waited till
long weekend, baby.
I'm off till Monday.
Word. I might take Monday off depending on what's cracking.
And we social distance. They did this while people ain't got no job.
Yeah.
Bruh. Like
I'm telling you, man.
You chose. You're not gonna make this change happen quickly. And then, okay, 3 days pass, right? Back to the 3-day thing. And all of a sudden, your Walmart's gone. Okay, no. Let me back up. Let me ask you a question. Would you have been mad if, like, 2 minutes after this thing happened, they had went and burned down the mall? Like 2 minutes. And the reason I asked that question, you only had to answer, is because at that point, it would have been like, all right, y'all ain't even give them a chance to show us they was going to make the same stupid decision again.
No, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, you going overboard now. Like, okay, let's parse out this fire. Okay, we're going to burn this shit down on today, and then tomorrow we're going to get that shit.
Like,
and then,
fill up the gas cans. Fill up the gas cans today. But let's wait till day 3. Let's see what happens first.
Let's see what happens. The unfortunate thing that happened is the family got Benjamin Crump to represent them.
No, man. Again?
So hopefully he can pull a W out of this situation. But yep, he was on TV
Crump
yesterday.
Juice back again, man. Is he the new like Sharpton with this shit?
I think he wants to be. I think he's trying to be a celebrity based, a social justice celebrity is what he wants to be. And that's just where he is.
But can it be some sort of results? I feel like it should be like a boxer. Like you should have like a good scorecard to keep being in that arena. Otherwise, you got to go back down a class. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a resume. It's like a resume, though. Like the resume, like when you go to a job, your resume does not have to say whether you got fired or not. So for him, it's like, look at all these cases I did. You saw all this shit on TV. You seen my movies. Yeah,
but it only takes one for me to go, oh, you was the doctor for Michael Jackson, huh? You got some big ass hands, bro. Get the fuck up out of here, Conrad. Like, I mean, it only takes one bad one. So no.
Look, I'm just telling you what happened, man.
No, can't go with that one. But yeah, so I mean, I don't have any more to add on this. Do you? That hasn't been said. So just to close it up, like for real,
more to come.
People, please, there's gonna be more to come on this. We're gonna keep following all these cases, like we said. Y'all have got to understand that if you want to have these conversations with us, there's already a hair trigger involved because we've been hearing it a lot more than we thought we'd have to.
Yeah.
I remember when Trayvon happened and I was like, this can't get any worse. Yeah. And here we are, at least 20, 30 other people later. Probably more than that. It's sad. So
I want to go, hold on. I'll make one last point about what people are saying about the protests. You jog my memory when you said that people are blaming the liberal media about the spreading this hate and the continued coverage of what's going on. I was talking to someone and they brought up the paid protesters, right?
Yeah, I've heard about this.
These are professional protesters that are coming in and doing all this stuff, and the people don't really feel this way. The people that are here are actually fine with the results and they're cool with the outcome, but there's these paid protesters that are coming in and doing all this damage. And to me, and to anyone that thinks that, this is what I say to you. What the fuck is a professional protester?
Where is that resume? I ain't never been on USA Jobs and they had we got a protester opening. What's the salary? So what is this? Come on, man.
So these motherfuckers are just sitting around at home
waiting on some shit to pop off
for 335 days of the year.
Maybe that one job,
not doing shit, and they wait on the phone. They wait on the phone to ring. Like, okay, we got one. All right, where we gonna be at? Okay,
and then get on a Greyhound and go out there and protest. Come on, man.
Like, like you got to. I know that there might be people that show up just to show out, and they have nothing to do with what's happening. But nobody's driving to fucking Minneapolis, Minnesota, to fake protest some shit.
I ain't going to Minnesota right now. Like,
I mean, and then the second point of that is, let's say there are paid protesters. Let's just say that there are, right? They're paid. If this shit didn't happen, they'd be out of fucking work.
So put them out of work. If you're really tired of that, put them out of work. If you're a police officer, all police officers aren't bad. I know that. I know police officers. Mm-hmm. But if there's 1,000 of you and there's 10 bad cops in there and you know about one of them, to me, it's all of you are bad cops if you're not making sure that situation is rectified. If y'all get out of that morning muster, and go out into the streets, and Sergeant Jasper don't like blacks, and they got him going to South Central, somebody should be saying something.
Dead ass.
Somebody should be saying something.
You have to police the police have to police each other. And that's the problem. They got the whole blue wall thing and the police aren't policing each other. There's nobody. You saw the fucking video where it's a motherfucker with his hands on his waist looking at my man.
Watching it.
Unconscious.
Watching it.
So
to me, they need to be in jail too. Last point I'm going to make, and we can get up off of this. The people that love to come on my post or any other issue with the all lives matter, when you do that, and I'm not even going to say the regular shit but all lives do matter. You can't dispute that. If you believe that, fine. It's ridiculous in the sense of we're having a conversation about the black life that's not here anymore. So when you come with that, you're trying to have a completely different conversation. So now you just sound all the way stupid, like you don't understand how to have a conversation about the topic. Mm-hmm. Like, who the fuck pressed on your soft spot when you was a baby and you can't focus on a different topic right now? That shit drives me crazy. So, yeah, y'all don't make no sense. Yeah. None at all.